IDCFC is an organization that kind of came about out of a need that I did not see being filled either nationally, locally, or internationally. To provide clean, high-performing, sustainable, aesthetically beautiful places is part of what we need to do as a culture. And when we do that, we work better, we have better relations, we're more effective, we're more productive, we're happier. And why can't we provide that same level of design to a nonprofit project who maybe has a limited budget or they're challenged? We're mostly comprised of commercial interior designers, and it's very effective to do these larger scale projects, and the impact has been tremendous. Traditionally, up to this point, we've paired up with nonprofits who had a vision, and some of them were brand new startup nonprofits, and some of them, like Turning Point and Grace Centers of Hope, 25, 30, 35-year history. So we've had a combination that we've dealt with from the beginning.
These people have this dream of what they want to do for the community. And it has to do with, of course, the space or the interior, but they have no idea how to execute it. And it became very fulfilling for me to be a part of watching their vision come to life.
Your day-to-day work in the office is different than actually being out there and helping those who need it the most. As a young designer, I had that opportunity to actually manage a project for the first time. So that was really exciting and thrilling. The project that we were involved in, FernCare, I was so passionate about that because when you think about what these doctors do for, they're donating their time to help people who don't have health insurance. It felt amazing to be part of that type of, to be part of IDCFC and to really be part of FernCare.
It's a wonderful, wonderful story. So it wasn't just people giving you like color palettes and a design of what things should look like and how we should. And it was people were here. Had things in their cars. They were physically bringing things here. It was, in many ways, it was just a pleasure to be part of it. But all the time, remembering all the time, this is a clinic, and it's being done so that people who are at the stage where they still require care but are not able to pay for it, so that they have a decent, clean, respectful place to come to.
Everything is very durable, but also at the same time very homey, calming, healing. So they knew how to do that, and it has made a huge difference. If I had to do it by myself, everything would have been a different color, and it wouldn't have been the uniformity that we have here, but they really brought their expertise, they brought resources to us that we never ever would have been connected to if they had not found us.
You can never underestimate the amount of change just a fresh coat of paint can make. When you walk into the space and you get to talk to those who are going to use the space, you get very emotional because they are talking about the finishes and how beautiful it looks, and that they actually have a bed to sleep in, and that they have a kitchen to eat in and cook in, and they can kind of interact with the space, whereas before they didn't have that, or maybe the structure was there but the interior portion was falling apart. And so it's very important that we understand the impact that interior design and the interior space can have on individuals.
When people initially call for shelter and they've never been in a shelter, it could be a very scary call to make because they don't know what to expect. But when they walk through the doors of Turning Point, you see the change on their face.
don't want everything to be overly bright, colorful, so that some things kind of pop and some things kind of set back, and
That's why I looked at these, but there's a lot of greenness coming in.
and we have a lot of green with this, so, and the acrylics, so, you know, I agree, I think that's a great eye. You might be a designer architect one day.
That's our bride ride.
From the board members who are there, some of them from the beginning, from other volunteers who've been there from the beginning that have been project managers, team leaders, communications, graphic design, the website, all the graphics you've seen displayed for all of our events. I personally want to acknowledge each and every one of those individuals, everyone who's provided labor, installation, product. We can't do it without you. You're why we're here. You're why there's an outlet for interior designers to do what they love. You're the reason, and we're extremely grateful. So when we first started, one of the critical, discussions we had is, how are we going to fund this? So we've got an idea. We've got a lot of passionate individuals, but how do you fund it? And so we kind of came up with the idea of like a softball kind of tournament, and we approached the board of IIDA, and Jennifer Malia said, how about kickball? A little less level skill required. And we reached out to the boards of IIDA and ASID in the first tournament, and then a couple years later we reached out to AIA Detroit, and most recently we reached out to a contractor team as well as CAM, Construction Association of Michigan. It is our biggest fundraiser. It is the most fun event. You think you've just come for 3 hours to have some fun? Look what it has allowed us to do. Pretty powerful, that 3 hours you give us once a year. We're very grateful.
Why I do this is because it's important for me to give back to the community. There's a certain reciprocity within living where you live and giving back and doing what you do.